Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. Don't loaf and invite inspiration, light out after at a club. He was a man without a past, whose future was the imminent grave and whose present was a bitter fever of living. Life achieves its summit when it does to the uttermost that which it was equipped to do. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. But I am I, and I won't subordinate my taste to the unanimous judgment of mankind. One cannot violate the promptings of one's nature without having that nature recoil upon itself. His conclusion was that things were not always what they appeared to be. Thenceforth, in the nature of things, he would possess an abiding distrust of appearances. As one grows weaker, one is less susceptible to suffering. There is less hurt because there is less to hurt. I would rather be ashes than dust. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. The aim of life was meat. Life itself was meat. Life lived on life. There were the eaters and the eaten. Food and fire, protection and companionship, worked for him, and obeyed him. He was a silent fury who no torment could tame. Deep in the forest a call was sounding. He knew not where or why, nor did he wonder where or why, the call sounding imperiously, deep in the forest. He was mastered by the sheer surging of life, that it was aglow and rampant, expressing itself in movement, flying exultantly under the stars. He was a killer, a thing that preyed, surviving triumphantly in a hostile environment where only the strong survive. The wild still lingered in him and the wolf in him merely slept. Adventure is beyond price. No, I did not hate him. The word is too weak. I know nothing that I may say can influence you. I do not live for what the world thinks of me, but for what I think of myself. Kill or be killed, eat or be eaten, was the law, and this mandate, down out of the depths of time. I would rather that my spark should burn out in a brilliant blaze than it should be stifled by dry rot. A bone to the dog is not charity. Charity is the bone shared with the dog, when you are just as hungry as the dog. For the pride of trace and trail was his, and sick unto death, he could not bear that another dog should do his work. She was thrilling to a desire, squabbling with the dogs, and to be avoiding and dodging the stumbling feet of men. I reckon you've called the turn, Bill. That wolf's a dog, and it's eaten fish many's the time from the hand of man. And yet he remains somehow different from other dogs. It is good that man should accept at face value the cheats of sense and snares of flesh, and through the fogs of sentiency pursue the lures and lies of passion. A man with a club is a lawmaker. He allowed the master these liberties was no reason that he should be a common dog, loving here and loving there, everybody's property for a romp and good time. Love, genuine passionate love, was his for the first time. I am. I was. I am not. I never am. And who knows what romance, what adventure, what love, is lurking around the next turn of the road, ready to leap out on us if we'll only travel that far. He loved with single heart and refused to cheapen himself or his love. Their hate bound them together as love could never bind. And from that moment Buck hated him with a bitter and deathless hatred. But especially he loved to run in the dim twilight of the summer midnights. Where there is room for one life, she sows 1,000 lives, and its life eats life till the strongest and most piggish life is left. Any man who was a man could travel alone. It's better to stand by someone's side than by yourself. The game of life is good, though all of lives may be hurt, and though all lives lose the game in the end. The life that is demanding to be born is limitless. Age is never so old as youth would measure it. Life, in a sense, is living and surviving. Man always gets less than he demands from life. He who steals my purse steals my right to live, was the reply, old saws to the contrary. For he steals my bread and meat and bed, and in doing so imperils my life. Growth is life, and life is forever destined to make for light. He was quick and alert in the things of life, but only in the things, and not in their significances. He was justifying his existence, than which life can do no greater. It was the masterful and incommunicable wisdom of eternity laughing at the futility of life and the effort of life. Fear of death makes for life. The only way to know life is by not ignoring life. After all, there's nothing like life. Life? Bah! It has no value. Of cheap things it is the cheapest. Everywhere it goes begging. A human life the treasure of the world cannot buy, nor can it redeem one which is misspent, nor can it make full and complete and beautiful a life which is dwarfed and warped and ugly. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. But behold, as soon as I went out on the adventure path I met John Barleycorn again. Life is very short. One should have no time to dally. Is love so gross a thing that it must feed upon publication and public notice? It would seem so. Show me a man with a tattoo and I'll show you a man with an interesting past. Intelligent men are cruel. Stupid men are monstrously cruel. The function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. Thanks for watching. Waiting for the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe.